Oscars and stumble my way into your level. So I think I got over that hurdle pretty good. So the rest should be a breeze. My name is Shotzi McCarthy. I am Associate Director at Cervical Cancer Free North Carolina. And I want to just give you a little bit about our program and tell you about ourselves. Me personally, I have a Master's of Public Administration and a Master's of Urban and Regional Planning from the University of Virginia. I have about 20 years of program management experience, and when I was putting this together and thinking about that number, it seemed a bit sobering, but my oldest son is 20 years old, so that's about right. So I wanted to talk to you today. The goal of my presentation is to convince you that CCFNC is the place to be. And we'll give you an exciting opportunity with great marketable skills that you can use as you transition into the work world. So what is CCFNC? This is pitch day. I feel like I should be up here saying CCFNC. But, you know, Cervical Cancer Free North Carolina is a statewide initiative with a vision of eliminating or substantially reducing cervical cancer in North Carolina. We're passionate about this because cervical cancer can be eliminated. There's no reason why any woman should be dying from cervical cancer today. In North Carolina, about 380 women died of cervical cancer in 2011. 380 women were diagnosed and 120 died. And those were basically needless deaths. We started in 2010, and some of our successes are listed here. One is the screening reminders. Screening reminders were sent to about 10,000 adult women to encourage them to get screenings. Vaccination information was sent to over 5,000 parents. We had a vaccination intervention targeting over 130,000 teens. And we also produced a bilingual cervical cancer resource directory identifying over 150 county-specific free and low-cost screening resources. And so here the important thing to remember is our the intended health behavior modification is really increased screening, increased vaccination. Some of our partners have been the North Carolina Division of Public Health, school health centers, and professional associations. So looking at our strategic direction for 2013, we're focusing now on policy and awareness. In the past, we've done a lot of research work primarily. We're now shifting because we've learned a lot from our research. We now want to put it into practice as much as possible. So in the health policy area, an indicator of success is a completed status and policy report on cervical cancer and HPV in North Carolina that is integrated into the operational plans of state and regional bodies. And our target population is policymakers, program managers, community groups, women, and teens. And in the area of public awareness, a successful completion of a social media campaign and distribution of materials to as many as 10,000 women in the North Carolina area. Community groups, again, women and teens are our target. So what is Capstone's role in this plan? Basically, I've synthesized them down to 3 main bullets. You would attend a statewide policy summit and prepare the conference report from that summit. You would support community mobilization efforts in high-burden regions to implement recommendations, and then you would assist us with updating the Cervical Cancer Resource Directory and creating a communication and outreach plan. So to get into a little bit about the deliverables specifically in health policy, as I mentioned, you would prepare the conference report and the regional meeting. You would attend the statewide policy summit. That would be with all of our state partners, policymakers. You would prepare the conference report from that. You would also assist us with identifying regional community groups to participate. And then we would then use that information to go out into the community. You would also prepare a key informant interview guide. And this key informant interview guide, once we go out into the community, and you can imagine, once you have a statewide report, when you also know what's going on in the regions, what's going on in the localities, there's often a different flavor and different feel for what's going on locally. So we need to go out into the local communities, understand what's going on through community health assessments, reviewing them, and through key informant interviews. You would then synthesize the results of the key informant interviews and work with the community partners to develop action plans. And the key thing here is that we want those action plans to be consistent with those organizations' organizational goals already. We're not trying to recreate the wheel. We're really trying to help them to be more strategic and more efficient in the way that they're using their local resources. So for the public awareness focus, we have our cervical cancer resource directory, which I briefly mentioned. The aim is to connect women to free and low-cost screening services, as well as free and low-cost adolescent services, vaccination services for adolescents. And it includes county-specific screening resources, providers offering HPV vaccine, and it's printable in English and Spanish. And this is a copy of the screenshot of the Cervical Cancer Resource Directory. This is the Spanish version, and this is the English. And you will note in the center of the screen where it says screening, where to go, what a person does when they come to the Cervical Cancer Resource Directory. They can click on that where to go link. They'll see this page pop up, select your county. They can select the county, and in this example I used Bertie. And then once they click on Bertie, they will see all of the resources in the community that are free and low cost and available to women for screenings in the area. That directory was put together in 2011. It was launched in 2012. It has not been updated since that time. And what we realized is not present on the directory is we want more information about obese women, for example. Are all of the providers able to serve these women? Are all of the providers able to serve Spanish-speaking women as well? So these are some of the things that we want to do with the directory as far as updating it. And then we want to design a communication and outreach plan. So you would work with the design of that plan, because the directory's been launched statewide. Now we want you to focus and develop a plan for how to launch it in the regional communities where the high burden need is. We'd like you to target Facebook and Twitter and other internet services, and then we'd like you to implement the plan. So for other considerations, we need 4 to 6 students, 1 Spanish speaker, please. Travel and overnight accommodation are covered. You have an opportunity to manage a $10,000 budget, which is yours as a team. So you need to manage it and make sure that you're able to cover all of your costs and expenses. And it's an opportunity to work with a great team. Skills developed are listed there: assessment, engagement, program planning, evaluation, dissemination, policy, health communication, and budget management. Thank you so much, and here's some resources that you can look into if you want to do some additional research on your own. Thank you.